Mr. Nova, how you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Dustin. And yourself?
I'm excellent. It's great to be speaking with you.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's exciting news for fans. You're back with a new album on Megaforce Records 2.0. Can you tell the listeners a bit about the new album?
The new record is a turbocharged version of my first album. It's a way to celebrate the 35th anniversary of my first album coming out. And my first album came out in April 1st, 1982. And so the 35th anniversary was April 1st, 2017. So rather than go in and remaster and re-cue like most bands do and change the artwork, I decided to just take the songs and rebuild them from scratch and turbocharge them and take the innocence of the first album and put the 45 years experience of recording and everything that I acquired over the years and make the first album, and make the 2.0. And so on it, there's a Fantasy 2.0, Ball and Chain 2.0, Heart to Heart 2.0. And so the songs are the same, but they're like I said, turbocharged. They have extra parts, and I really gave myself a lot of room to solo. So some of the songs have 3-minute solos on them. I think there's not one song that's under 8 minutes on this record. So.
Well, what I know you mentioned the anniversary, but what else made you decide to come back all these years? I know you were doing a lot of other stuff in the interim.
Well, I didn't consider it a comeback. It's because I was sort of when I got the idea, I felt like I was sort of reborn again. I started to get excited about when I started working on fantasy. It was just like when I challenged myself to do 2.0. I started to do fantasy, and I said, well, if I can, get something that excites me, I'm going to keep going with it. And that's the reason why I got really excited about music. A flame reignited under my butt, and that's why I decided to. It's not a comeback; it's a rebirth, and that's what 2.0 is. It's as if I took the songs from the first album and brought them into the 21st century. So it's like sort of a time machine thing that happens. It's the same songs exist in the same time and in space with two different versions.
And I know you mentioned longer solos. Was there anything else maybe you were able to do differently that maybe you wish you had the first time around when you went back to these songs?
No, I didn't. The first record, a lot of fans go, well, why are you trying to fix something that wasn't broken? But my intention wasn't to fix anything. The first record I think is great. There's a lot of stuff on the record that I like. I listened to Fantasy, the first version. I think it's very special. The only thing that I didn't like about it is but like most records in the 80s, I think that the people have discovered reverb, and everything is drowned in reverb and echo. So one thing that I made sure with this new record is that it would have more of a timeless sound. But it wasn't that I was gonna go in and fix things that I wasn't happy with the first record. I mean, when I took upon myself to do 2.0, I didn't really listen to the first album. I just played the chords with a drum beat and put the melody on and just rebuilt and re-jammed on it, just like I did the first record. So I sort of recreated them, as a 60-year-old rather than as a 22-year-old, but keeping the innocence of the songs. So no, I didn't. The first record, I mean, I listened to it, and some of the guitar playing I couldn't even copy. I mean, that's that's what it was. So I didn't do 2.0 for that reason.
Well, and again, the new album 2.0 is out now on Megaforce Records, and I know you got a new song on there, "I'm a Survivor." Are you working on maybe some more new stuff? Will we see something else coming up down the road?
Well, from February 8th, 2008 to February 16th, 2016, I was working on a rock opera, day and night, every 7 days a week, writing songs. And the rock opera is called The Life and Times of Eddie Gage, and it's about good and evil, light and dark, and it's about a character, and there's many different characters on it. And I change my voice with every song. It goes from classical to heavy rock, and it's a 32-song rock opera, and that's completely in the can, ready to go. So this, after 2.0, I might release that, and also a record of new material, because like I said, when I was doing 2.0, I got a fire reignited, and I'm writing constantly now. I mean, constantly new stuff that's like really exciting and really like, it takes rock to a next level. I mean, pretty much like what Subject did, in 1983. It just like took it to another level. And so I'm just writing, and then, Life and Times of Eddie Gage might come out. I just might flood the market with just music. I mean, I've got like a bank at home of like 282 songs sitting on a hard drive that nobody's ever heard. They're finished, they're mastered, they're like, it's like, on hard drives everywhere. So I can put out material for the next 10 years if I wanted to, and, but what I'm going to do probably is put out another record of like new stuff that I've created after 2.0.
Yeah, that is awesome. I know the music business, of course, has changed a lot, since when you were first on the scene. And I know you kind of had issues with labels back then, but now it's easier than ever for you to do what you want and just get it straight to the fans.
Yeah, I mean, this record was, it wasn't as if some record company executive came to me and said, oh, well, we've got an idea for your 35th anniversary, we want you to recreate stuff. This was like completely my idea. I took the money, every cent that I had from like after I paid my bills and my mortgage and stuff like that, and sank it into this record. This record is completely self-financed, and I paid for everything, and everything is done by me. I mean, people were aware of my financial situation, that I wasn't really rich, and so they gave me breaks. I mean, even guys like Bob Ludwig, probably the best mastering engineer in the world, got excited about the project, and he gave me breaks for the prices. I would send him a song at normally it's like a 7-month wait, and I would send him a song at 4:30 on Tuesday, and by Wednesday at 1 o'clock I would have it. So I mean, this record is auto-financed, and it's just something that I did. It's a labor of love. I mean, there's no record companies involved, and I don't want to have that hassle anymore. Trust me, I've been through it enough. I'm still going through it, and that's not going to happen anymore.
Well, I know over the years you were doing a lot of other stuff, working with Celine Dion and Clay Aiken and writing jingles for commercials. Did dabbling in all those other areas help you at all as far as, maybe your approach to writing or recording your own stuff?
Of course. I mean, like I said, 2.0, the writing of it was, like I said, I took 35 years of experience and put them all into like the rearrangement and re-recording and remixing. I had I was able to, to perform, arrange, mix, do pretty much hands-on this record, where the other ones weren't that much. Of course, I took my songwriting skills, but with Celine Dion, it was, you have to write for Celine Dion. That's the thing that I disliked writing for other people, is you don't really put your heart and soul into the song like you do as you do when you're the artist. Like when I'm writing for me, Aldo Nova, I feel it, and I feel that I see myself on stage. I play air guitar while I'm listening to my tracks. Let's say when I wrote New Day Has Come for Celine Dion, I had to put myself in her shoes. She was expecting a baby, and so I put myself in her shoes as a woman that was expecting a baby. That was like a miracle. So that's what the song is about, having a child, and the child is a miracle. So, and that's really, I can't have a child. I can't. So, but I had to put myself in her shoes. So, whether it was Clay Aiken that I wrote with, and This Is the Night, it's like, or whether it's a song for Faith Hill, you basically have to, be a chameleon. And since I love all kinds of music, it was easy for me to do that, but it's not the same as doing your own stuff.
Well, again, the new album 2.0 is out on Megaforce Records. Will the fans have a chance to see you on tour maybe with this new one?
Of course. I mean, it's like I've been getting in shape for God knows over a year now. Just, making sure that, people don't go on, see me on stage like bald, weighing 300 pounds on a walker. I mean, I want to come out there looking like a beast. I mean, it's like, and that's what they're going to see, So, I mean, I can sing and I can play, and my whole thing now is, because the music business is what it is, I want people to get to know me intimately, so I want to, go out and hit as many times as possible and play in front of people and get them to know me and, tell jokes and play and just be myself. I mean, I've never been in a position where, now I'm at an age now where I feel really comfortable in my own skin, so I can really be myself. I'm not playing some role or something like that where it took me a long time to get to this position. So live, first of all, I can sing and I can play and I play my ass off. So I think that people are gonna get ready. I don't think they know what's going to hit them. That's for sure. So but I want to hit as many times as possible. Yeah, touring is definitely in the works.
Awesome. Again, it's been great speaking with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on tour and the new album. Thank you again so much for your time.
Thank you, Dustin.
All right, bye-bye.